plaintiff, Krista Martin, started dating the defendant after they met online, but she claims she became concerned when he could not hold down a job. Krista claims the defendant went through 7 or 8 jobs in 1 year, and she's suing him today for 2 unpaid loans. Defendant Paul Kessler insists he only had 3 or 4 different jobs while dating Krista, and the only reason is because he never wanted to settle for a job he didn't like. Paul admits that Krista gave him money, but says she considered it an investment in their relationship, and therefore he refuses to pay.
Start with you.
The defendant and I met online, and we got along right away, and we're very chatty with each other and had a lot in common, and we decided to start dating. And we dated for several months and got along very well.
Were you all in the same town?
We lived about 30 minutes apart.
How long after conversing did you all get together or see each other?
Right away, 3 or 4 days.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And well, there were a few things that started happening that gave me clues that maybe it wasn't the perfect relationship for me, although we did have a lot of fun together and spend a lot of time together. He seemed to have trouble holding a job. Sometimes he would quit a job, sometimes he would be let go from a job. And I sort of needed more of security with someone that I wanted to be with, financial security, I guess.
When did he start becoming unstable? How many months after dating?
It was 3 or 4 months into our relationship.
3 or 4 months, he appeared to be financially unstable.
Well, I felt
stopped going to work, quit.
He quit or he got fired. He had 7 or 8 different jobs in 1 year. So to me, that was a sign that either...
No stuff. What were you saying? What did you say to him when he quit the first job or got fired? What did he say the problem was?
I tried to be understanding.
What did he say the problem was?
I can't remember exactly. It was
second one.
It was he complained about something that his boss had done
to
his boss's boss, and then he got fired.
Third one.
They made him work.
He didn't like something.
they made him go to work. Right. All right, ma'am. I guess I'm saying, come on. All these, the third one perhaps.
I don't think he. I think he wanted to have a job, but I don't think he had the ideal job that he wanted. So he kind of just kept going from job to job.
7 times in 1 year, ma'am.
Okay. I wouldn't have done it. I mean, I would have stuck in a job that I didn't like just to have an income.
You want to give me some background, sir?
I sure would, Your Honor. As far as the jobs thing is concerned, it wasn't 7 or 8. It was more like 3 or 4, but it was because, just like with anything else, I didn't want to just settle for anything less, and I wanted to make sure I was happy with what I was doing.
Okay. Who took care of you?
Oh, I had money. I had enough to live off of. I just didn't have enough at the time that she had, when I met her, I had everything.
So my point is, you didn't need anything from anybody.
No. I said before I met her, I had everything. I just met her at the wrong time.
But you quit jobs.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. How did you think you were going to take care of yourself if you had no money and quit your job?
Because, Your Honor, I'm a nurse. It only takes me a day to find another job.
Okay. So you didn't need any money from anyone else.
No, I'm just saying it takes me, Your Honor, it only takes me a day to find another
Whatever,
job.
okay, so you got a job one day after leaving the other.
Pretty much.
So you were never out of work more than 1 day?
No, I would still have to go a week or 2 without a paycheck.
Oh, so it wasn't 1 day.
Right.
All right, so let's get to, you never had a need for money that year in question.
No, Your Honor, that's not true.
You did not?
No, that is not true.
You did?
I did, Your Honor.
Why?
Because of the situation that came up, it was too much all at once. I couldn't afford the situation.
If you'd have kept working, would you have been able to afford it?
Sure, I would.
So that's my point.
But
you're saying to me, your whole point to me is, yeah, I quit those jobs because they weren't the ones I needed. I say, well, how did you intend to take care of yourself? I had money. Now, when we get right down to the nitty gritty, you couldn't afford it. Go ahead, man. Why are you suing him for loans? The man who had money, and he can quit his job, then why did you quit your job if you couldn't take care of yourself? I had money. Go ahead.
Well, okay, I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. I believe he's a good person.
You see how quick I did that, man?
And okay, let me say this quickly. He has really bad teeth, and he lost his upper teeth when we were dating. And so I loaned him money to get dentures because I didn't think he could get hired without upper teeth.
Did he tell you he had money, like he just told me?
No, he didn't have the money for that.
Okay,
But I
so
didn't ask for it either.
No, I guess he didn't. But I wanted him to have an equal share, to get a job. I knew he was a capable nurse, but I didn't think he would get hired over someone who did have teeth.
did he tell you he can get one in one day?
Well,
I can get a job. I can
now,
quit the job and then get one in one day.
there was a day when he was out of work and I was gone all day, and then I called him that night and he said, "Guess what I did all day?" And I said, "Well, hopefully, you got a job." And he said, "No, I watched Shark Week all day." And I thought, you really don't want a job. And I thought, I'm not going to get my money
Because I
back.
put in 14 applications.
So then he couldn't make his car payment. And I thought, well, he said, they're going to come get my car. And I said, well, if you don't have a car, you can't get to a job. So I paid his car payment. That was the other loan. And
How much was that?
$311. I have it here, if you
And
want
the
it.
first loan, the teeth,
$1,700.
he'd still been toothless. When was he to repay you, ma'am?
We never set a date. I have text messages, however, that
Let's see. Sir, what do you say to this?
Well, Your Honor, I say, first of all, I didn't ask for the money. And when I did ask her why she did it, she said, consider it a relationship investment into our future. And I say, there was no promissory note, there was no legal obligation, there was no court involved until now, of course, but there was nothing that I had signed to make it a legal document. And if her investment into our future just didn't pay off, that's on
There's
her.
one thing you're missing. Did you agree to pay?
Out of the kindness of my heart, I
All
made
right, let's be
that.
kind. $2,011. Have a good day.
I don't have anything to say.
I think if you would have made an investment into our relationship more with your heart and your mind instead of just your money, we probably would still be together.
No, sorry, we would not be.